day 69. Ha, nice, right? But it is the dawn before the final day of the 10-week challenge. So, for those of you that don't know, the 10-week challenge is kind of a self-imposed time frame just to see, when you are consistent with your cardio, you are like fully locked in on tracking all your macros and staying in a deficit, consistent with hitting the gym, and you're on a cut. How much can you realistically lose? So, I think the answer to that question is really dependent on a case to case. I think if you're super heavy, if you're very soft, you're in the you're 300 pounds and you're probably at like a 50% body fat, 10 weeks, and you're consistently doing like any type of cardio you can and eating at a deficit relative to your size, shit, you can lose like 50 pounds. The scale it slides depending on like where you're at. For me, the starting point on the 10-week challenge was 226. 226, probably like a 30-ish% body fat. Something like that. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you what my body fat percentage is. I'm just guessing. But around there, and, consistently doing cardio, consistently eating at our deficit. I mean, we're doing fucking great. The final average that we'll get as of today is 211, pretty much on the dot. So from 226 down to 211, what is that? 15 pounds. 10 weeks, 15 pounds. And pretty confident in saying that's 15 pounds worth of fat because we're at a steep deficit. And this isn't like a date or, this isn't like a weighed myself once last week and then I weighed myself once again this week. Like this is a consistent rolling average because no number is really going to be like super accurate as to where you're really at. Because day to day, you're going to fluctuate pretty heavily based on carbs and how much water you've got floating around in your system. That could be the difference of 4 fucking pounds. So, if you're really trying to track your cut progress, weigh yourself at the same time every single day. Preferably in the morning after you use the bathroom and brush your teeth. You're in a fasted state. You haven't had any water or carbs to kind of inflate those numbers. And then every week, average those numbers out and boom, you'll have a week to week knowledge of how much you've lost. So last week, our average was 212, pretty much on the dot. It's like 212.008. Today, 211.004. So pretty much a pound. And I'm happy with that. That is pretty much the rate of fat loss that I'd like to be at, 1 to 2 pounds every week. Because any more than that, I'm going to be pretty concerned that I'm cutting into the muscle mass. Do you guys hear that? What the fuck is that? What the what? It's my shaker bottle. I thought there was like a fly or something in here. Holy shit. Shit, that put me off track. Jesus. Yeah. So 1 to 2 pounds every week is about the average rate that I want to lose. Cause it'll, any more than that, cutting into fat or cutting into muscle mass. And, I mean, as it is, when you're on a cut, you're going to lose some strength. So the goal is to kind of minimize how much strength you lose over time. For me, pretty much all of my like muscle groups have been pretty consistent in terms of strength. I haven't really lost much of anything except for chest. Chest is the only muscle group that I've noticed that I've lost, you know, a little less than significant amount of strength. Because prior to the cut, I was doing like, what, 90s on incline dumbbell press, like 95 for reps. That was like kind of the working set. And the last time that I did incline dumbbell, I think we were doing like 85. So, kind of sucks. You kind of lose that coolness factor of lifting some pretty impressive weight, but that's all right. That's kind of just, that's the way it goes, man. You just kind of have to accept it. So that's a good segue into what we're doing for chest today. So I'm pretty excited. This will be the first chest day at this new gym. I haven't fully decided on locking into this gym quite yet. I think what I'm probably going to do is just like pay for a month. Go to the gym for a month, and then at some point, whenever I feel inclined, I do want to check out some other gyms. But with Labor Day and then the weekend schedule hours, and been kind of fucking busy. I just haven't had a chance to really branch out more than I already have. So I'm pretty happy with this gym. I'm cool with it. At least for a month, I'm cool with it. But for chest today, I'm feeling a little inspired to do some dumbbell press. The only thing is, as far as I can tell, the dumbbells go up to 70, and then there's a gap from 70 up to 105. And then they got 110 up to like 140. So as much as I'd like to say, oh, that's perfect, 110 is my working weight. That's not really the case. Kind of sucks, but someday we'll get there. So, I've also noticed that with these dumbbells that they have like, there's fucking raw iron. They feel a lot heavier than the dumbbells I was using at my old gym. Like yesterday for 2 days ago when I was doing arms, I grabbed the 50s because that's what I'm used to for like doing curls. It was pretty fucking heavy, man. That did not feel like 50s. So I dropped down to the 40s. So who knows? Maybe the 70s at this gym are perfect. As much as that hurts my ego to say. That's probably what we're going to do. We're going to try that out. If that isn't enough, then we'll do incline bench, like barbell bench. But I do feel like doing dumbbells today. I don't know why. So some sort of incline press movement, one of the two, and then do some pec deck for a little bit. And then maybe we'll do some cable work. But to be honest, I think just some press and some cable flies might be all I really fucking need. And then after that, we'll do some lateral raises, some dumbbell lateral raises, maybe some cable lateral raises, and then we'll be good to go. That's really all we need, man. Chest is pretty simple. I mean, all these muscle groups are pretty simple. The only ones that are kind of like I only do some fancy stuff, some, cable variants of this, that, and the other, just because it's kind of fun to add some variety to your lifts. But you really don't need, like, if I don't feel the need to, I won't, So hopefully the gym will be empty today so I can blast my music over the speakers, grab the tripod, record some sets. It'd be pretty fucking cool. I forgot to wear like a muscle shirt under this t-shirt, so the pose down won't be as impressive as one would like. But I think we'll see some pretty freaky stuff going on. So, I'm going to chillax for a little bit on the way there. I am feeling a little tired for some reason. I'm feeling a little sluggish. I don't know why, because I got a full night's rest, did my cardio, had a pretty good breakfast, pretty well hydrated. So I don't know, but I'm sure after I chug my pre-workout, we'll be feeling a lot better. Let's go, buddy. Light's not getting any greener. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the gym here in a second.
You always told just boy. For every hit we take, every feeling that I get, but I haven't missed you yet. Every roommate kept awake by every sigh and scream we make. All the feelings that I get, but I still don't miss you yet. Only when I stop to think about it. I hate everything about you. I do. I love you. I hate everything about you. I live you. Hate. I hate you. Nothing. I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? Okay. Only that run wild and I'm gonna make it all come true. Girl, you were made for me. Girl, I was made for you. I was made for you, baby.
All right. Chest and shoulders done. Close down day 69. All right. Let's yap. I think we've got a lot to talk about. This was a pretty eye-opening lift for me. For a couple reasons. So, one, the 70-pound dumbbell situation. They were certainly heavier than the 70s in my old gym. But I don't know, man. After every set of the 70s, I would sit there and think to myself, man, would have felt a lot better if I had 80s. You know? Would have felt a lot better if I had some heavier weight. And there are two things to think about with that. One, you know, maybe I should consider a different gym that does have, you know, dumbbells ranging all the way up to like 150. Because we'll get to 150 someday. But secondly, it's kind of on me, right? After that first set of 70s, I knew that it wasn't that heavy. It wasn't heavy enough. It certainly looked heavy if you look at the clips. You know, I got to like reps 10 and 11 and then had to bail from there. But I should have just moved on to like a incline barbell, you know? And I don't know. I think the lift could have been a little bit better. had I done that. But also, I mean, the gym is just not that well equipped for chest. Because in situations like this, I've had this, I mean, this happens all the time. Happens to everybody. You know, this specific movement isn't feeling great for this, that, or the other. I'll move on to machine press. Well, this gym doesn't have a machine press. I would have loved to have moved on to, like a plate loaded hammer strength press. Something like that. That would have felt fucking great. But gym doesn't have that. So I think this week I'm going to try out a couple other gyms. There's one gym I've got on my radar. Well, there are two gyms I've got on my radar. There's one that I talked about before called The Firm. And then there's this other one. It's more of a chain gym called Workout Anytime. So I do want to check those out specifically for chest day. I think for back, arms, and legs, you know, I don't need that much variety. You can do a lot with free weights on all of those days. I mean, I guess except for legs. But for legs, all I really need is a leg extension and a hamstring curl. So as long as those are covered, legs are fine. But for chest, I think I realize now I do need a little variety. So we'll see. TBD on that. But another thing, man, this chest day, fatigue-wise, I mean, my chest is cooked. I mean, I'm just sitting here, I'm flexing my chest right now. I can't really move my arm that much further. My chest is getting in the way. It's definitely super pumped up. I definitely got a good lift in today, but it just feels off. And that's for no particular reason. It's not like my preparation was off or I didn't push myself in the gym. There are just going to be days where everything just kind of feels off, you know? And a lot of people are kind of inclined to say, oh, well, if you're feeling off, then maybe that's a sign that you should take a rest day. Well, I completely disagree, because even though I felt off today, I still went to the gym and I still pushed myself as hard as I could. And I certainly feel fucking good having a chest pump. So, I mean, there's no good reason for you to take off a day at the gym just because you feel off. Now, if you feel like you're dying or you feel like you're going to hurt yourself or you feel super sore from your last chest day and you're like, okay, I need to rest. I'm going to pull something. Yeah. Take a fucking rest day. But for one of those mysterious kind of, you feel like you're cursed. You just kind of feel off. You've got like a 10% debuff going for whatever reason. I don't think that's a good enough reason for you to skip. In fact, if you're able to go to the gym and still push yourself despite that, I think you're better off for it. I think every lift that you do, push yourself, even though you kind of feel off, you'll get a lot more out of that than you would a day at the gym where you're feeling 100%. Simply because you are further training your discipline. And you're further pushing those gains that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten. So, something to think about, man. And then the third little topic, just something I've kind of noticed with, anybody that goes to the gym, and whatever gym you go to, you'll notice this. And, this isn't dogging on anybody. I'm certainly not putting anybody down. That's not what I mean. But in my mind, when I go into the gym, I can't not push myself. I've wired myself in such a way that no matter what, the second I step into the gym, I know for a fucking fact I'm pushing myself until I'm fully pumped and fully fatigued. Okay. I just I can't leave the gym until I've achieved that feeling, because otherwise I'll feel like I just kind of wasted my time. I've been puttering around and just doesn't feel good to not do that, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I'll see people come into the gym, I've been into the gym for 30 minutes, still got a good amount of lifts left. I'll see some people come in and they'll just kind of putter around. They'll, do like maybe a 1 set minimal effort, pushing to mild discomfort. And then they'll move on to this other machine, 2 sets there, maybe like 3 or 4 reps, push to mild discomfort. And then they call it there and then they leave. And I'm like, dude, why? I mean, purely from an economic standpoint, you're paying $30 up to $60 a month to go to this gym. You're just going to go for 10 minutes, putter around for a little bit, and then leave? Why? What are you getting out of that? You're not there. The only thing you're doing is spending money on gas. And that's it, So, like, again, that's not to put anybody down, but if you got friends or family in your life that, they go to the gym and then they're back within 30 minutes and they're like, yeah, I just finished my lift. Maybe give them a little encouragement. Give them a little push. Tell them, hey man, like, what'd you do? Let's talk about it. Why is your program like this? Maybe you'll benefit from doing this. Maybe increase your volume a little bit. Push yourself a little harder. Remind them that once you get to that point where everything kind of starts to burn, that's when you really got to push it. That's when you really got to show up, So, something to think about. I guess everybody has their own reasons for going to the gym. There are some people that go to the gym just to say that, yeah, I go to the gym. Some of them go for a social hour. They've got all their buddies go to the gym at this time and man, it's just something to do. And then there are other people like me that, fucking love the gym. I'm super into the bodybuilding thing. I certainly don't look like a bodybuilder quite yet. But shit, man. Look at me 3 months ago versus me now. I've got all sorts of loose skin hanging around. I've definitely got the definition. The vascularity is starting to come in and we're fucking 50 pounds down. We're fucking getting there. So regardless of what your reason is, I still don't think it's not a reason to push yourself. If you're going with your buddies, shit, man, make it a competition. Say, hey, Josiah, I'll bet you I can hit 135 for 10 reps. Anything it takes to kind of get you to push yourself. I truly feel like once you kind of start getting into it, once you start at least consistently showing up to the gym, it's only a matter of time until you get gym pilled. I'd love to see everybody walking around looking like a bodybuilder. That would be fucking cool. At the very least, do it for health reasons. Do it just so you can get your heart rate going for a little bit, be a little healthier. Cause, the owner of my old gym, he's in his 80s. And this dude doesn't look a day over fucking 55. Like, he is still jacked. Works out consistently. He was a bodybuilder back in the day. And it's just fucking cool, man. Every hour that you spend in the gym, it's going to benefit you. No matter what your reasons are, it's going to help you out. That way, when you're up in your 60s and 70s, you'll still be able to walk around and do everything you want. I'd hate to get to like super old age and just be morbidly obese and stuck to a chair and inevitably die of heart disease or something. That's not what I want. I want to be there. I want to live life to its fullest. This is the vessel that we got. We get this one body, at least for now. Who knows? Maybe technology in the future will end up like RoboCop or something. But this is the one body that we have. Why wouldn't you want to look as cool as possible? Whenever you're playing Call of Duty, you always want to have the coolest looking skin. You always want to have the coolest looking operator. So how is it any different in real life? Beats the hell out of me. I think it's fucking sick. I want to walk around with vascularity and look huge and look wide and well defined because it's just fucking cool. So I don't know. Maybe this little yap session gave someone something to think about. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but Plan for the rest of the day is just to enjoy my Labor Day, grill some burgers with the family, spend time with the fiance, spend time with our little cat, eat some grub and relax. So, tomorrow will be day 70, the final day of the 10-week challenge. So, look forward to it. It is going to be a Crunch Fitness lift because I've got to work tomorrow. So, that won't be as hype. That'll be a little less hype, but we're going to make the most out of it. We're going to have a crazy fucking back day. Try out all the different row machines that they have. They do have some fucking cool ones, so take advantage of that, right? Plus, since it's the final day, I gotta get a freaky fucking backlift, right? You gotta. So, I will catch you guys tomorrow for that.